Let's get lined up. Let's get set up. Let's get rolling. Let's get us a decent angle here. There it is. There it is. Kind of like that. All right. All right, guys, give me just a second, get it racked up and get the chat running. Got to get the chat running. How am I supposed to know who was first if I don't get the chat running? All right. Ugh. All right, there we are. There is our live. I'm sure someone's already in here chatting. Let's see who's in here already. Oh, we got some folks. What's up? We got Max. What's up, Jay? Mark? Alex? Max looks like he was first. Max looks like he was first tonight. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Well, specifically you, Mark. Weren't quite first is what I'm saying. Give me 1 second. Let me get sorted up as far as the as this stream is concerned. Hold on. You were first this time, Max. You were first this time. I don't know if he's mad about it. You'd have to ask him, honestly. Let's see. Participant mode, subscribers, and minute. All right. There we go. Now it's subscriber only, right? Gotta worry about trolls for a little while at least. Oh, yeah, that's the plan, Alex. We don't have a spotter, though, but we've had someone here every night. Every night this week we've had someone here, and last weekend at this time of night, and nobody's here right now. It is completely a ghost town. So, every single night someone's been here. So, all right, let me get warmed up, guys. But it's all right. I have faith that there's one guy that's been coming in here every night, like on the money around midnight. So I'm hoping if we take our time and work up, he'll get here right as we're getting there. So let's just take our time. Let's just take our time. Sounds fun. I love PR days, Mark. PR day is like my favorite day. So, also, I don't own the gym. And I feel really good today. Jump rope guy, you know what I'm talking about. So I feel great today. I took a little bit of a 135 max. I took a nap right before I came in here to prep for this. I was like, I'm gonna get a nap. I'm gonna get my carbohydrates, got my proteins, my pre-workout. I got everything running. I feel good today. I was like, this is it. And then I walk in here, and one day this week, there's nobody to spot us. I don't know why you can't see Max. Hold on, I'm gonna set up our chat goal for the night, guys. All right, we're gonna do push-ups. We haven't done a push-up challenge in a while. Push-up challenge. I'm gonna do 3 to 1. All right, boom. That is our push-up challenge set for the night. All right, let's get it in. Am I talking to my imaginary friend? You can't see anybody but you, Max? Can anybody else see Max? I don't know what's going on with your stuff, Max. I can see Max, but I can see everybody else. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. How's it going, Saray? How's it going? I appreciate it, Lewis. I don't know. I just show up and turn the camera on, guys. I just show up and turn the camera on. God, it feels really good today. I'm gonna be super sad if no one walks in for this PR attempt. Super sad. Trying to think of an alternative we can. I really don't like to. We could bench in that other rack, but I don't like to. That's the problem. All right, let's add some weight and we'll just slowly climb and wait for a spotter. Let's do some singles, just some real slow singles. No haircut, no haircut. Not yet. We're going to soon though. I do plan on getting a haircut within the next couple of days. I was thinking about getting one today or yesterday, but ugh. But we will get a haircut soon. It's not yet. All right. Nothing heavy on here yet. We're about to keep warm. We're gonna keep warming up. We're gonna warm up nice and slow. Mossberg is what safe? Bench press is very safe. What do you mean? I mean, I guess it depends on your one more sip here. Your perspective of safe. In my perspective, this is a very safe lift, yes. It depends on you personally, to be honest. I don't know, Max, I really don't. Yeah, we're working out. What do you mean? We're doing some heavy singles, climbing to get warmed up right now. Why wouldn't that be safe? Probably won't break 400 max, no. But we are going to go for a PR. That's why I'm going real slow with this bench right now. So I'm going real slow. Way slower than I'm used to. I'm taking full 2-minute rest tonight. Full 2-minute rest tonight, right? I prepped all weekend and beginning of this week for today. I took it nice and easy over the weekend just to prep for this PR day. I love PR days, but I have a bad feeling. Bad feeling no one's going to show up tonight. All right, the door is unlocked. I didn't lock the door behind me. I can't lock the door behind me, but even if I could, I wouldn't have. I use a lot of dairy. I drink a lot of Fairlife personally. What would be the best for you and what's the best for me may not be the same. Some people prefer protein shakes. I prefer Fairlife because it's high calorie. But it's just purely dependent on you. Well, I mean, I guess not completely dependent on you. Fairlife is a good source of protein. Now, whether or not that's the source of protein you need to be using depends on your diet. It's the milk. There's about 80 grams of protein per bottle. Per bottle. And I drink a bottle every workout. So. All right. Adding another 10 guys, or another 20 really, but another 10 aside. Still slow climbing, hoping someone walks in. I appreciate it, Ken. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a solid amount of protein. It is. 80 grams of protein, 900 calories. It's not the leanest beverage you can make. Obviously, whey protein powder would be a leaner beverage, but I'm not looking for a leaner beverage right now. So, water's great. I drink a lot of milk, and milk is also hydrating. So, the lights help a lot. They do, guys. The lights do help a lot. All right, let's grab a hold of this bar. Still just doing singles until our spotter walks in so we can put maybe PR weight on the bar. So we're keeping it light. Right now we've got 225, 35, 45, 55, 65, 285, 285 I think, something like that. Is that right? Yeah, 285. A leaner beverage. So we'll consider it a lean beverage. So more protein to calories, right? So if I have a beverage that has 100 calories and 10 grams of protein, and I have a beverage that has 80 calories and 10 grams of protein, the 80 calorie beverage is leaner. It has more protein per calorie. Does that make sense? That's what I mean by leaner beverage. Higher protein content for less calories. That would be a leaner beverage. Like less fats, less carbohydrates in the beverage. So. So like a whey protein would be a leaner calorie than the Fairlife typically. What's up, other Mark? Got a lot of Marks in here today. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Boom. All right. Third plate's on there, of course. Still no spotter. Still no spot. We don't need a spot for this, obviously. Huh. That's odd that Super Chat's not working for you, Mark. I'm not sure. It was working the other night. Someone was able to send one. I'm not sure. It says it's active. Let me double check that I did everything right. Oh, it says it's there. All right. Possibly Tom. We're waiting on a spotter. That's why we're moving so slow tonight. We're moving very slow intentionally. Normally we'd be like 2 or 3 more lifts into this bench routine, but we're trying to hold on for a spotter. How's it going, Eric? Just 315 right now. That's what I'm doing, Alex. That's what. But I can only move so slow. I don't want to go cold either. You know what I'm saying? So I can only move so slow. All right, let's go ahead and grab this. Give it another 30 seconds. Not quite. Not this. Not when we're prepping for competition, Tom. If we were just lifting to lift for the next few months, that'd be one thing. But we don't play around when we got competition. You know, within a reasonable time frame. And we've got like 3 more meets this year that I will be attending. So injury is not in the cards right now. Nobody's walked through the door yet, Max. No, not a single soul. All right. That's why we're looking at other gyms as well. That's another reason why. We need heavier weights and we need more spotters. So yep. Appreciate it, Martin. How you doing, Martin? I do not manage all the gyms in my area now. I actually don't manage this one anymore. I resigned that position a while back, about a month and a half ago. At 315, just 315, nothing heavy. Nothing heavy. All right. Add some more weight. I really want someone to walk in. I want to do that PR. Anything else is like we should be doing a PR attempt right now. Like it should be this. It should be our next lift. Should be our next lift. We're 23 minutes in now. All this prep work. I even came with my lifting khakis. 325, where we'll do this, and hopefully by then someone will walk in. Has anybody said no, they won't spot me? I'm trying to think. About 3 hours? Yeah. Let's see. Have I ever had someone say no, they won't spot me? No, I can't say that I have. I've had some people that look less than enthused. Like they looked like they didn't want to be there, but they've always agreed to do it. You know what? I've only ever had one person say they didn't want to spot me, and they still spotted me. They just looked extraordinarily uncomfortable, but they still spotted me. So, that being said, I knew them, And I kind of was like, hey, spot me real quick. And then immediately jumped on the bench and started getting ready to press. I didn't give them a lot of time because I kind of knew what they were going to do. They were like, no, I don't want it. I was like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So I just got on the bench and started lifting the weight, and they were kind of stuck. You be very careful doing that. You got to know who's spotting you to really be comfortable with that. I've been lifting for 5 years, Monarch. I've been lifting for 5 years total. Any type of lifting, 5 years. All right, 325. Let's grab this and keep an eye on the door, I guess. But that's a rare occurrence that someone's not wanting to spot somebody, I feel like. That being said, I usually pick my spotters very carefully. I don't usually pick spotters I'm not comfortable with. So, 100%, Max. I do not have a home gym, no. I'm working on it, It sounds like a terrible way to be, Zach, I'm gonna be honest. Sounds like a terrible, terrible way to be. This is a public gym. I mean, you gotta have a membership, obviously, but it's a public gym. Yeah, I'm good, Max. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. All right, let's add some more weight. If I add more weight, though, this is where we start crossing into that realm of like spending energy we're supposed to spend somewhere else. We've already kind of done that with this last rep. So I'm going to give it like another 60 seconds. If I don't see headlights in the parking lot, then we're going to go ahead and just press, and we'll go for PR tomorrow or something. We'll do one more rep and maybe a light drop set and save the energy for tomorrow. I was supposed to go to another gym today, and I didn't end up having the time earlier today, and they close at 11, or they close at 10, I think, close at 10, so there was no way for me to make it in there in time. So call someone to come in. Yeah, I don't know. 11:30 is a little late to call in a favor, like phone a friend to the gym. 11:30 is a little late to phone a friend to the gym. All right. I see cars drive by the parking lot, and it upsets me because they don't stop. Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong person. I'll fix him. Dang it. Sorry about that, Monarch. It's fixed. You'll be better. You'll be back on next stream. The stream grabbed the wrong person. There we go. Zach's gone. That's who it was supposed to get rid of. But you typed right as he typed, so it was mistaken. But I fixed you. You'll be back in here in just a second. Or I'm fixing you now. I'm fixing you now. Hold on. All right, Monarch, you should be good in 10 seconds. You should be good in 10 seconds, Monarch. Yeah, I got rid of Zach. And Monarch, to answer your question, It depends on the set. So some sets are going to be sets of 7. Some sets are going to be triples. Some will be doubles. Some will be singles. It just depends on the set and what we're doing that day. I'm powerlifting, so. You're back, Monarch. There we go. Zach? Zach's never been a mod, no. No, he's just a troll, it seems. He's been in here before. I've seen him before in the streams, but it seems like every time he's in here, he's just doing weird stuff. He usually ends up getting like a 24-hour, but you got accidentally muted for just a second, Monarch. It was supposed to be Zach, and it muted you on accident. Your name was next to his, so but I fixed it. You're back. Why is the gym empty? Because it's late at night. It's almost midnight. Yeah, he can, Max. He can just create another account. But I have subscriber only mode on, so it takes him time to get to chat as well. So it is also a Wednesday. You are correct. Wednesdays aren't usually the slowest day of the week, but I'm surprised there's no one in here. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I expected at least 2 people to be in here when I pulled up. The last night we had 4. We had 4 people in here last night, this time of night. So that's crazy that there's actually no one in here tonight. When the last 3 or 4 days we've had at least 4 people every time. I feel like one of y'all called him and told him I was gonna PR tonight not to show up. All right. What do I have on here? 335. Yep. A lot of people just don't, Monarch. I feel like a lot of streamers just kind of let their chats run rampant. I mean, for views' sake, yeah, that's the thing to do, I guess. It doesn't affect them, but it affects people's experience. So I could let it just run and let chat do whatever it does, but why would I want that? I don't want people bringing bad vibe around, you know what I'm saying? We're big on vibe here, all right? Don't bring a bad vibe, that's all I can say. I like talking to my chat, and if everybody is in the chat trolling, I can't have a good time, you know? All right. That's J Raff. That's J Raff, Max. Yeah, this is my lifting khakis. As you can tell by the duct tape residue that never comes out from the bench. So, all right. What's up, Cowboys? Good old J Raff. Good old J Raff. He's trying to stay incognito. He's trying to stay incognito. Ugh. Well, at this point, we have 340 on the bar. I don't think we're saving for anything at this point, as far as energy is concerned. So let's just go. All right. No, we're just gonna, that's the heaviest we're gonna go tonight, and we'll just go for it tomorrow. Just go for it tomorrow. I thought I saw someone pull in the parking lot for a split second as I was saying that, and they turned and pulled out the other way. That's awful. Yeah, someone on the street spot me. I would, Josh, but I live in the country, and there's not just people walking up and down the street. I could stand out there for 20 minutes and not see anybody. So there's only like 2,000 people in my entire city. I have some benching tips on my channel if you go to my Coach Chris playlist. That would be the place I would recommend going to check and see like how to increase bench press. There's a lot to explain in stream, and there's a lot of intricacies to it, so I would go check out that playlist. That's where those are at. That 340 felt pretty good, guys. I'm gonna be honest. It felt pretty good. Let me watch that back a little bit. Let me watch that 340 back. It felt really good, actually. I adjusted my grip a little bit, and it felt pretty good. And that was clean. It didn't feel as clean as it looked either. It felt great, but it looks even better on camera, which is a good thing, right? There's a lot of people to go to church. The city I live in has has like right at 2,000 people in it. So there is not a lot going on here generally. Like this time of night, there's no one out and about. There's no one out and about. You'll see a car every couple of minutes here and there driving through town, but yeah, I'm trying to think. There's not a single 3-story building in the entire city that I know of here. Maybe one of the churches, but it would be like an attic space. Gotcha. Enjoy it. Appreciate you. We have a lot of cats out here too, yeah. All right, so this is where we have to figure out what we're doing, all right? I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna knock it down to 315. We're gonna do just 3 reps, and then we're gonna call it on bench for the night so we don't screw ourselves tomorrow. Or whenever we get the opportunity, I guess. One day I'll find someone that wants to lift weight with me consistently. One day. All right. Yeah, but one day I'll find someone that wants to lift consistently late, and they'll be part of the stream with us to some extent. All right. Tree aim. We're going to do 3 reps total. We'll see how it feels. We might do three piece, or we might do a double or a single. I haven't decided yet. I really haven't decided yet. Yep. Let's try a wide. We haven't done a wide grip in a while, right? Let's see how it goes. Just as easy. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a close grip bencher. Wide feels just as easy. Actually, a little easier, I'm gonna be honest. I still don't want to bench wide grip, but it felt pretty easy. I know I turned those notifications off, and for some reason, certain apps still do that, even when the notifications are off, and it's annoying because I have to figure out each individual app. So. we got another 2 reps here. All right. My close is my strongest bench grip, but I honestly could go wider and probably increase my bench overall. I just don't like it as much, guys. We'll do a few reps like that so you guys can see me do it, but I just don't like it as much. It just feels cheaty. Feels cheaty. Really does. And I already feel that in my shoulder. It felt fine. It felt fine. It just feels that much easier. It feels significantly easier. And it probably means I should do it in competition, but I'm not going to. I'm going to continue doing close grip. It's who I be. It's who I am. It's who I'm going to continue to be. A little hard-headed, but it's okay. That's how we do it around here. All right. We're not going to climb any higher than that tonight. Well, we did 340 already. Went 340, we dropped to 315 for that single and double wide. Now we're going to go do our curls and hopefully get to PR tomorrow, I guess, guys. But I appreciate it. Hopefully PR tomorrow. Hopefully we'll PR tomorrow, right? What kind of curls are we doing tonight is the question. We did preachers already this week, and we've done cables already this week. We should probably do easy bar. In my opinion. So I think that's the route we're gonna go. And I think we're gonna, you know what? Do we deadlift next? I've been saying this for like 2 weeks. I've been saying it 2 or 3 weeks. We need a deadlift after benching. Do we deadlift second tonight, guys? Is that what we do? 365, 360. We're supposed to go for 370 tonight for the 3rd attempt, but just no one here. No one here. Should we go? Let's do deadlift second tonight. No, we will not leg press. Leg press no good. I mean, it's not terrible, don't get me wrong, but it's not that great. Have you ever used the 1 rep map? I have, Saray. It is somewhat accurate, but it's not like super accurate. So it's pretty close though. It's pretty close. I don't trust it. I wouldn't trust it underneath a bar in competition, but I trust it enough to get a general consensus of where I should be. All right, we're gonna do some deadlifts. I'm thinking our deadlifts should go super nice. We have a lot of energy right now. And since I prepped for a super heavy bench night, and we only got to do 340, I feel like we should do deadlift second and use that energy for good things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, here it is. Got our bar. These are my lifting khakis. All right. It's that time of day, guys. That time of day. Early deadlifts. Feels weird. Early deadlifts. Well, so I don't have any coworkers, so that's not really an issue for me. Yeah, we're real close to 4,000 subs. Super close. It's gonna be awesome. Who did I miss? Who did I miss? I'm not even joking, guys. We get up from the bench, and someone is backing into a parking space right now. 46 minutes, or 41 according to the stream book. Been here for about 46 minutes. I couldn't go that slow, all right? Playing. I bet it's jump rope guy. It's probably jump rope guy. We're not going back on the bench after all that. We're not. That should show it's not planned though, right? When I get to the point where I can just tell people when they should come in, I kind of do that. I kind of do tell people when they come into the gym, but that's like clients. That guy's not a client, so. I've been lifting for 5 years. I'm debating it in my head. It's not worth it. I'll end up blowing out the rest of the week. I really wanted to spot me, to be honest. All right. It's a level of trust there, you know, and it's, you know who you know and don't know, you know what I'm saying? Mark, I don't fall for peer pressure, all right? I don't fall for peer pressure, okay? I need a one-on-one deadlift form. What do you mean, like deadlift training type thing? I don't know if I have a deadlift video up, like how to deadlift. It's one of the ones I've kind of shied away from posting because of the fact that it's so intricate. Like everybody's a little bit different, and to give someone good deadlifting tips, you have to be able to see them deadlift. Anybody that's like, this is the perfect deadlift, they're giving you probably like the book, the page for page book description of a deadlift, but it's not going to be a one size fits all. You probably won't get hurt doing it that way, but we're about 95 degrees here. Not bad. Nice cool day. All right, so now we decide what we're doing on the deadlift, right? I'm not sure who that was that called. I don't know the person personally who the short that I posted with the bench stuff. That was some random guy that commented on it. I don't know why he came with so much hate. It didn't work out well for him. It doesn't seem so. It didn't work out well for him. I don't know what his expectation was, but obviously. All right. I see the short that he commented on was the lat pull down short. It was just me having a good time. I don't know why he wanted to comment on that one in particular. I have so many other shorts that you could deem it like inflammatory, right? Like I've made shorts specifically that are a little bit more like aggressive, right? And he picked like one of the least aggressive shorts that I've posted. So one of the least aggressive shorts I've posted. It be like that. It be like that. I think that guy just left. That was really fast. I've never seen someone do 1 set, 2 sets, and no, he's coming back. All right, he just forgot something. All right. Squat University. I've seen some of their stuff. I don't follow it, but don't have my chalk. We'll be all right. We're gonna be all right. This will be a PR. We're going for a PR. We're gonna find out, right? We're gonna find out. So. This will be a PR. Give me like 30 more seconds. This one's been fighting us for a while. We set a PR on this like a few weeks ago, and it hasn't wanted to move since. So. We're gonna yank on it, Alex. We're about to yank on this PR. This will be a 495. This will be a 495. So 490 is the most we've ever picked up, and 490 was a struggle bus, and we did hit it a few weeks back. But this should move just fine. Should move just fine. Not anymore, Mark. Not anymore. Now that you said it like that. All right. No chalk though, which usually PR work we're chalked up, but we're gonna say our natural chalks. All right, we have natural chalks on right now. You know what? I might have a chalk stick. Hold on, I might have a chalk stick. Nope. Wait. Nope, no chalk. No chalk. There's a whiteboard that we use chalk on over there, but someone moved the chalk stick, so I was just gonna roll the chalk stick in my hands. All right, let's get lined up for this. I need to get another chalk brick. I'm going to. All right, I almost bought one the other day, but I didn't like it. It was like it wasn't the type of chalk I usually buy. People use the liquid chalks now and all kinds of stuff. I just like regular chalk. Nothing wrong with liquid chalk, it just doesn't seem the same. All right. Let me reverse the grip. That was grip. The grip gave up, guys. Let's reverse the grip. Hold on. I don't feel like that's fought us enough yet. We're gonna go for that one more time. I might have tore a callus. No, I didn't tear it. All right, we're gonna go for one more time. Came off the ground. That's better than last time, but not quite what I want. All right, come on. Focus up, focus up. 60 seconds, guys, 60 seconds. Sixty seconds, 60 seconds. Give me some time, give me some time. It is. It's all right, though. We're going to go for it. We're going to go for it again. No, I've never gotten kicked out of a Planet Fitness. I've definitely made active attempts, though. No. All right, give me a second. We're going to go for it again. That grip feels really weird. I don't like this. All right. Do I have straps? Hold on. Let me see if I have straps. Nope, guys, no straps. We're just gonna go for it. Let me check one more time. No straps, no chalk. That's unfortunate. All right, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I don't dictate who gets the crowns and who doesn't get the crowns. So, one more attempt at this. It didn't quite move. It came off the ground, but it didn't move very far, guys. I have a there's a low chance this moves, but we're gonna go for it one more time. We're done. There's no way. No way tonight. Dang it, man. I just can't win with the deadlift. I just can't win with the deadlift. 490 has just been our hard cap for like a month. I don't know. Maybe more rack pulls. What am I doing wrong here? More rack pulls. It felt like a grip issue. Felt like a grip issue. Hey, Brent, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's think about this. So I felt like grip gave up on left hand first. Maybe more forearm work on the left side. It'll move eventually. I'm I like PRs. I like PRs. So when you miss one, especially a broke floor, anytime it breaks floor like that and you don't lock it out, it feels bad. You know what I'm saying? It feels bad. Because that's the hardest part, is breaking the floor, in my opinion. I'm not, Mark. So when I hit bumps with deadlift, I will implement straps from time to time. But we haven't had a bump with deadlift in like over, not since 450. From 450 to 490, no slowdown. But you hit a slowdown once in a while. You do, you do. They're not allowed in powerlifting, no. I don't like sumo. I don't like sumo deadlift. I prefer to get it conventional, even if it takes longer. I meant like it came off the floor, Mark. We got about that much air underneath it tonight. Ugh. Yeah, I don't sumo. I've tried sumo in the past, and I did pull bigger numbers in sumo. I mean, sure, I could switch back to sumo and possibly break 500 next week, but I'm not going to. I don't like it as much. It doesn't feel as rewarding. Conventional is harder, but it feels way more rewarding. Like way more rewarding. Obviously it's a grip issue, right? So let's think about it. I'm going to work on that. We're going to have to add some grip work in. I have really strong grip though. I have like a really strong grip, but grip strength and grip on the deadlift bar are two different things. But we're going to break it down back to 405 and we'll hit a few reps. Maybe we need to add some like reps into, not like a lot of reps, but like we'll hit it for like 3 or something. And maybe we'll start doing some repetition work with the deadlift. That should give us a little bit more grip work there, right? So heavy's great, but maybe we just need to do a couple reps with 405. I was excited. I thought 405 was going to be, or 495 was going to happen tonight. So I was excited. But that's all right. We'll break it down to 405. You can't have a PR every day, right? Or every week. We still have multiple days this week, so we still working on it. I think another thing is I need to get into another gym. I need more heavier equipment. We're starting to stall here a bit. Yeah, chat's always a chill vibe. All right. All right. Let's grab 405. Play around with the warm-up weight some more. All right. Hoo-wee! Sorry, I forgot hoo-wee. I don't like implementing straps unless I have to, but it seems like we might have to keep the progression pushing, right? So, milk, whole milk, whole milk. That was an easy triple. That triple felt easier than any other 405 triple I've ever done. Means we're getting stronger. It's just we have one issue, one spot that's gonna help us get past it. Milk is not bad for you. You are incorrect, Tony. You are incorrect. Milk is top tier. Milk is top tier. What do you mean? So why is it protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats? All three major food groups, right? Protein, carbohydrates, and fats. All three major food groups for me. That is, I think this is like a little over 10 grams a serving. This is 6 servings at 13 grams a serving. So, nice, nice. Not going to put my feet closer together. I have done that, but no, I'm okay. I'm okay, Ashok, I promise. Not looking for any advice, I promise. Why would you kill the bee? Was it a bee, like an actual bee? Glad to hear it, Tyler. Glad to hear it. I don't drink chocolate milk. I don't drink chocolate milk. I don't do sweetened beverages. Yeah, I'm just not looking for his advice. It's okay. Everybody has advice, but not all of it is good. You know what I'm saying? So my problem. Yeah, so that's how PRs work, Ashok. If you're not getting to a point where you're not hitting a lift, you're probably not working to your full potential. You should have struggle lifts. It's kind of how it works. But I'm okay, Ashok. Thank you. I do this professionally. But back to the thing at hand. What were we talking about other than Ashok? Almond milk. So there's just not a lot of protein in almond milk. So there's not a lot of protein in almond milk. And I curl your bench, Ashok. So what's the problem? What's the problem here, Ashok? Yeah, it's part of the process. You're going to hit a lift that if you never fail a lift, you're not trying hard enough. You're not trying hard enough. You should find your PR at some point and then just over it. So, that always gets him, Alex. It does. It always gets him. It always gets him. He's gonna come back and tell us that he like overhead presses 405 for reps or something. So. He overhead presses 405 for reps and does like does hammer curls with the squat racks. He just takes 2 squat racks and just. How about what's your bench? What's your bench? How about you bring some information to the table? I'm glad, Demi. I'm glad I could help. These are my lifting khakis. These are my lifting khakis. All right, we're gonna go hit some curls now, guys. We're gonna go hit some curls because it is actually time to curl. So we're gonna do easy bar curls tonight. So that means we're gonna walk some weight over from our deadlift bar. We are gonna take this little belt off too, give us a little breathing room. Breathing room. These are lifting khakis. These are my official lifting khakis. All right. That's exactly it, cowboy. I believe you, Michael. I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna take your word for it. You've been training with Mossberg, is what it sounds like. All right, let's get our plates on there. Make sure I didn't miss anything interesting. Usually wears a Speedo. I've never worn a Speedo. I've never worn a Speedo, believe it or not. Notice I asked that guy for his bench and he disappeared. It's crazy how that works every time. Yes, I am natty. It's crazy how that works every time. I ask someone with their benches and they just shoot, take off. The difference between me and these people that come into the chat to troll and tell me how I'm supposed to lift is that I do everything live, right? I have receipts for all of my lifts. So, and that's another part. So if you guys are ever wanting to get into social media when it comes to sports or lifting to any extent, I want you guys to remember one thing. You're on camera all the time. So just be ready, because you either have to be very good at letting things roll off, or you have to only hit PRs, like one of the two, right? Because as soon as you have a plateau for more than a week, everybody's going to jump on your case, right? Now, obviously, you guys are awesome. You guys understand it. You guys have been around the gym, right? You understand how this works. But a lot of people that are new that don't understand that. They're still in those newbie games, seeing a PR a day, you know? So they're like, oh, everybody should be doing that. And it's not quite how it works when you hit certain numbers at certain body weights. So. You benched 405 for set. I believe you. I believe you, actually. 405 for 20. I did that last week off camera, actually. You talking a lot of caps lock. Makes it difficult to read. Yeah, you're gonna have it's not even a plateau. You're gonna have periods where you have to train for your next PR. I just luckily have conditioned myself to make more PR attempts more often, so it's more entertaining, right? Doesn't mean we're gonna hit one every month or every week, but we can make attempts at it more often without derailing ourselves. So that's a solid bench. It's a solid bench. We're constantly chasing PRs, 100%. You know, that's actually, this is something we talked about on stream before. If you guys have ever wondered why are so many bodybuilders getting hurt and sick, and some of them even, you know, passing away at such a high rate compared to, you know, the 90s and whatnot. Ashok, I remember asking you a question. Hold on, let me look back at my, you never told me your bench, boss. I'm right here. I asked Ashok his bench, didn't say anything, no receipts. It's in my notes. You wouldn't happen to have that answer for us, would you? $315, that's cute. Cute. It probably is 135, but I'm going to give him 315 because I'm not worried about 315 either. So. Let me take another note down. The shock has more work to do. That's the next note. That's the next note. The shock has more work to do. That's the next note underneath it. I remember when I benched 315 for the first time. Kind of. It's been a while. I don't know if Bryn wants to give out her whole name. I think that would be a poor choice on YouTube Live, I'll be honest. But I mean, that's up to Bryn. And then that's why the last name is now a C, abbreviated. I'm just gonna remove a shock. It's all right. We get a hater in here every now and again. He'll learn it. He'll learn at some point. He'll learn at some point. If you guys ever have someone come and like try and give you poor, like bad advice or even good advice, and then you either take or don't take it, and they get upset, the thing is they didn't have your best interest in mind first thing. They wanted to be inflammatory. The other part to that is they probably don't actually know what they're talking about. So anybody that knows what they're talking about and gives advice is going to give advice and let someone learn from there. They're not going to force the advice down your throat. So, because anybody that has good advice is probably charging for the advice. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to get out for free. All right. So this guy is really a coach or whatever he wants to be. He wouldn't be in here trying to force advice down my throat. What's Christopher short for? I'll have to work on that. I don't think there's a short for anything. Yeah, my form is fine. My form is fine. I'm aware of that. That's another thing. There's a lot of people that don't understand deadlifts and how leverages play a role, but that's okay. Not everybody has to. I'm not here to tell him how to deadlift. I'm here to pick up my own bar. That's more weight. Don't spoil the Wordle. Don't spoil the Wordle. Belt wall curling? No, I'm going to skip on the belt wall curling part. Christopherson? I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Just the troll mark. We get a troll. We still get one or two trolls even with the subscriber only mode. I say 3, Bryn. 3 guesses. Yeah, it can never be too safe, right? Never be too safe. I actually, every time I get out of bed, right, whenever I wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning I wake up, I immediately put my belt on as I roll out of the bed just in case. And then when I pour my coffee from the coffee pot, I always have a wrist wrap and elbow sleeve on the pouring arm to make sure. Scientifically, it's the best pouring form. Not as many anymore. Not as many anymore. It happens with lifting streams. It happens with lifting streams. Has to be optimal at all times. Science-based lifters will come in with a protractor, 4 rulers, a level, and 11 spotters just to miss 95 on the bench. Crazy work, crazy work. Take 11 measurements just to rep out a bar. If you don't have elbow sleeves on every time you go to the bathroom, you are risking your health. That's poor form. Oh, and don't forget your smelling salts anytime you go to the bathroom, or wake up, or eat cereal. Really, just smelling salts before everything. That's. I don't like smelling salts. I'm not a big fan of smelling salts. But I feel like there's not a weird way, Mark, for that to be taken. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of smelling salts. I get the use of them, don't get me wrong, but it's not my gig. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Look, we all know why we're here, right? Everybody knows why we're here. It's to be the person that can lift the most chairs at the church function, all right? Because what are we really here for otherwise? Or at the barbecue, if you do barbecues instead, you know? Am I the only one that connects with that statement? Is that? Maybe no one else gets that reference, I'm sorry. All the groceries in one go. There you go. There you go. 100%. 100%. Ugh. Ten chairs. So we got a PR that one day. We got a PR chairs at one point, right? It's mostly a limitation on how many you can fit on one arm, right? So you've got to like slide the chairs onto the arm, both sides like this. Like that's the limitation, is how many on each arm can you easily or comfortably get. You don't want to drop one, because as soon as you drop one, it's game over. You failed the mission. So you can't drop the chair because you failed the entire mission. One chair falls, you lose. So Mark, that's for you and your conscience to fight over, all right? All right, see you later, see you later. There's no letters in it? I'm not. Okay, so you're doing the brand new one, right, Bryn? The one that just started? Because I haven't done it yet. All right, shoulders, guys. We're doing shoulders next. See, Mark, now you're crossing over into that territory, right? But you're in the right place. You're in the right place to get forgiven, right? So that's... Now you're crossing over into the territory where it's not quite as acceptable, all right? All right, I'm gonna go grab, I guess we'll use this. I'll tell you, to this day, one of the questions that I got this question from a client, and I couldn't answer the question for him, and I almost felt bad because I try and answer every question, but the answer to this question is always going to be the same, and he didn't get the answer he wanted. I could answer the question, but he didn't get the answer that he wanted. He would very rarely ask me any questions. The one question he actually came and asked that I didn't have to volunteer the information to him as a trainer, because we're strength training. His primary goal was, how do I pick up gym chicks? And he was like, hey Chris, I really need to know, how do I pick up chicks at the gym? And I was like, you don't. I was like, just leave them alone. And that's what I told him. I was like, it's a bad life choice. Leave them alone. They're not here for that. He didn't like it. He didn't like my answer. I also told him I'm not the one to ask that question to, because I don't have that problem. I'm married, so I'm not really the one to ask. I haven't had to do that. So, but we're crazy. Yeah, I was like, man, why would you ask me of all people? Like, he was aware that I've been married for he had been working out with me long enough to know that I'm married, and I've been married for my entire adulthood. So. It was a crazy question, and I felt bad because I didn't have the answer he wanted, but I gave him the answer he needed. It gave him the answer he needed, not the answer he wanted. Because I could have given him any other answer and he would have accepted it, but you can't call him by his full name, Mark, and then ask him to stop being weird. That's why his name is like that. He knows that you can't confront him without making it twice as weird. All right, we got 55s, guys. Get the shoulders warm real quick. Did you get it? You got it in 6, nice. Lord. I'm going to try it here in a second, Bryn. I'm going to try it here in a second. Not yet. Not yet, but I am going to try it here in a second. I do need to check chat, though. Oh, well, more chat. I have more chat here. That was just 55 pounds. So that wasn't none super heavy. Let's see. Let's see. Have we broken 4,000 subscribers tonight? We were real close. We were real close. Ugh. We have 4,003. Appreciate you guys. I appreciate it. Look at us doing big things. Look at us doing big things. So you guys know that guy we just kicked out of the chat a few minutes ago? Let's see how many videos he's commented on. Three separate comments already since he got banned from the chat on other videos. Yeah, Grandma Sue, what's up? Ooh, I might be able to, Bryn. I don't know. I might be able to. All right, let's see. I was looking at something else. What was I about to look at, guys? I got distracted by that hater. Hold on. I have a tendency to do that. I have a tendency to do that. I'm gonna check something, then we'll get back to shoulder press. We're gonna go 65 or 70 on the next set. Ooh, I could look, Bryn. I could look. I think I could figure it out. Okay, so full disclosure, I'm about to play the Wordle real quick. Hold on. You guys aren't in the Discord, you won't understand. But I'm gonna go ahead and smoke this Wordle for what it only takes me a couple of seconds. All right, let me hit this next lift, and then we'll jump back into Wordle. We're gonna do that on our rest periods. I've already got 2 letters, Brent. I don't know why you said it was so difficult. I've already got 2 letters. Yep. 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 Woo! That was the 70s for 7. No, the laptop's okay. Wow, this is a difficult one, actually. I'm upset. This is a difficult one. Oh, we're gonna do, what are we doing next? What are we doing next? We're gonna do 80s. We're gonna do 80s next, guys. Normally I have a lot of thinking time, but I'm kind of rushing it. So, I can't fail now, right? Bryn got it. I can't fail. I can't fail. Give me some thinking time here. I'm gonna grab the next set. I can't fail. All right, we're gonna grab 90s now, guys. I have 3 of the letters now. I won't reveal what the letters are because then that'll help everybody else later on tonight. I got yesterday's in 2. I was very proud of myself. Yeah, in the wrong place, Bryn. That's the problem right now. If they're in the right place, I'd be golden. But yeah, what are we eating, y'all? What are we having for dinner? Me personally, I had steak and potatoes tonight. It's so common in my diet, steak and potatoes, right? So, all right, let's grab these. Did we say 80s? We grabbed 80s. That's what we said, right? Yes. We had a little bit of a busy week last week or the week before? Week before last, we had a busy week, so we didn't hit it quite as well, but we do with the barbell, yo man. Not all steak and potatoes are created equal. A lot of the time when I tell you guys I'm having steak for like breakfast or if I'm having steak for lunch, it's usually chuck steak. Tonight it wasn't chuck steak. We did, I can't remember what type of steak we did tonight. I think flank steak or I can't remember. It was not ribeyes every night, obviously. Not ribeyes every night. It's been a long time since I've had a chicken tender. Long time since I've had a chicken tender. Nice. I like garlic toast.
without junk food. Yeah, I don't eat any junk food. I did recently find a type of chips I can have again. It's been so long since I found a clean bag of chips without a bunch of junk in them, a bunch of really like heavily processed like vegetable oil and stuff. So I did manage to find a type of chips I can have. There's like only one, and it's one flavor, which is just standard potato and salt. But you get what you take what you can get. You take what you can get when you're on a clean diet. So it's literally just potato chips and salt, and then they use a little avocado. But it's a potato chip. Ribeye is the best. If we're talking about best cut of steak, ribeye, in my opinion. I like fattier steak. Yeah, I do that from time to time, but it's just a lot of effort. When I eat chips, I eat a lot of them, right? So, yeah. Ah. Air fry is my go-to, yes. That's actually the ones I'm eating, Saray. Boulder. I think it's Boulder. I think that's the brand. They literally their original is the only one I can eat. I think Aldi carries them. Is Boulder an Aldi brand? All I know is they're super clean chips. Super clean chips. Avocado oil is one of the oils I can consume, so. In small amounts, obviously. Yeah. The last time I was able to eat a potato chip and stay on diet was when late July, not late July, but the brand was called Late July. They still make tortilla chips, but they had an organic potato chip. And they even had an organic salt and vinegar chip. And they stopped making them. It's very sad. Sunflower oil isn't as bad, but I avoid it a little as much as possible. The biggest ones for me is I won't touch any soybean oil at all, and no just mixed vegetable oils. Nothing super heavily processed. I can have olive oil, I just don't very often. Olive oil isn't very good for frying, so most of the time I use any oil. It's for like, if I'm gonna have oil, it's for like pan frying something. And olive oil is a great pan frying oil, so get the Crisco. Nice, Mysterious. It's good milk. All right, that was our shoulders for the night. We've got to hit what are we hitting next? We got to hit rows. Give you rows. That's the play. We've done have we done dumbbell this week? We've done dumbbell this week, I think, and cables. Dumbbells and cables this week. So we should do barbell, if my maths are correct. Is that a what? That is a rower, Bryn. We stay away from that. That is not for us. That is too close to cardio. I am, believe it or not, I am pretty good at rowing. Not just barbell rows, but like the rower, I'm pretty good at it. I took a rower challenge a while back, because I think there was a challenge going to hit like a certain number of meters in a certain period of time. And Brian Shaw did it, and he beat the world record, unofficially, I imagine, but he beat the world record for rowing a certain meterage. I have no idea. I can't remember what I hit. I think it was like 1,000 meters or something. You had to do, and it was like 1,000 meters in like 16 seconds is what I did. Or I can't remember what it was. So some weird. I can't remember exactly. You know what? I was gonna pull my laptop up, but not right this second. Let's get set up for rows. I'll have to. The rower here isn't great. I'm gonna be honest. If I was gonna use a rower, it would be at another gym. This one is not amazing. It's very old. I can't remember what the number was, all right? I can't remember what the number was. I am completely shooting in the dark. 6 day a week. Let me look, Bryn. Let me look. I'm gonna pull it up, Bryn. Hold on. This is why I keep receipts, all right? I gotta prove myself, all right? Four to 5 minutes? That sounds like it's probably correct. Here it is. Okay. Can I breathe? Sorry, it's 100 meters. 100 meters. Like I said, I don't remember. 100 meter row, he did it in 12.8 seconds. Brian Shaw did 100 meters rowing, 12.8 seconds, which is the world record, or unofficially a world record at the time. I did it in, I think, 16. So he got me by about like 4 seconds. So what does that equivalent to? What does that equivalent to? I think it might actually have, hold on, it might have the calories per hour on there, so let me look. Not as easy as it sounds. I was definitely feeling it, all right? I was definitely feeling it. All right, let's skip to the end of the video where I'm out of breath. All right, so I have a full screen. I can't tell how many calories burn, I'm sorry. I'll have to redo it. I think we could break the record. I think we could hit 12.8 seconds. That being said, right? I don't quite do the rower the right way. People would probably critique my form a lot. So here's the thing: I can get 100 meters in near world record time, right? I feel like if I can do that, my form can't be too bad, right? Right? Because I've watched people do it. Like I've watched people that do it for like competition, and not all of them do it exactly the same way, but none of them do it the way I do it. But I kept up with those guys pretty good. I just kind of muscle it. I kind of just yank on it as hard as possible for as long as I can. Is that the right way to do it? Probably not. Where's my other clip? I just had a clip. How did I lose my clip? Lord. Don't forget, Brent also shoulder presses like 405 for reps. So people seem to forget that Brent is a powerlifting extraordinaire. So let's go. No cold showers. I'm good. Who takes a cold shower ever? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That sounds like nutty work. I am not. That's not happening. Cold shower sounds wrong. It just sounds like the wrong event. It sounds awful. I'm gonna be honest. I can't do it. I can't do it. So at one point my water heater went out or started to pour water. So so we had to turn off the water heater for like a week while we waited on a part. And that week was awful. That week was awful. Cold showers every day. Anything under 110 degrees water temperature for me, that's probably about right, is considered a freezing shower, all right? I need my shower to be like just short of scalding. Like if I throw an egg in the shower, by the end of my shower, that egg should be boiled, all right? Yeah. I like Zerker squats. I don't like doing them, but I like them. See you out. I'm good. I have plenty of mental toughness. I don't need a cold shower to tell me that. California is a myth, Bryn. No one actually lives in California. Okay? California is a myth. It's like Australia. It doesn't actually exist. Just in storybooks. Intentionally inflammatory is what I'm doing. I don't believe it, Alex. I don't believe it. It's like gravity. It does not really, does it really exist? Are we sure? Have you ever met anybody from California? I see, cowboy. We grow a lot of food here in the South, Alex. We do. Y'all do grow a lot of food in California. I'll give you that. But we grow a significant amount of food here in South Carolina, a significant amount of food. Ugh. I could get just about everything I want locally if I needed to, which is nice. Now, if you head further up north, you might be able to find some states that don't quite do that, but we've got real good conditions for growing most leafy greens, a lot of fruit. So, but y'all do grow a lot of food. I can get local steak actually, yes I can, Mark. There's actually just up the street, like literally 45 minutes from me. That's up the street where I'm from. 45 minutes from where I'm at, there's a farm that does direct-to-consumer steak, pork, chicken. I think that's the three they do, steak, pork, and chicken. They'll deliver it too. That's not a city away here. Everything is about 30 minutes. So, to give you an idea, the closest Walmart to me, Mark, is like 20 minutes. That's the closest Walmart to my house. It's like 20, 25 minutes. That's just to get to a local Walmart, all right? So 45 minutes is not that far here. I don't know any Amish people, no. Yeah, you can't walk nowhere here. We don't even have sidewalks in most of our towns. Like that's, you don't walk anywhere here. You either take a bike or you ride a car, and a bike is a long trip too. Like, I don't think I've rarely ever had a work commute in a vehicle under half an hour. I used to drive 45 minutes one direction to work every day. I used to drive an hour and a half back and forth to work daily. I did that for like a year or 2 years. So. You head out towards where my wife's family is from originally. You're looking at, just to get to Walmart, a 35-minute drive. And that's like the closest store, maybe second closest store. There's almost nothing within 7 minutes of my house. We have a small town that we live in that has some stuff around us. We have like a grocery store nearby, but other than the few little local places and the grocery store, there's not much within 7 minutes of my house. No, we have trash services. I live in a city. Well, I live in a town. I'll call it a town. We have 2,000 people in my town. We have 2,000 people in the town that I live in. That's the population. So. I mean, anybody can move to this town. Yeah, I mean, I don't control who and who doesn't live here. Figuring out where I live is the trick, right? Is the trick. I'm very careful with my where I live. All right. No, I don't think so, Mark. I don't think so. We definitely have trash pickup. That is pretty sure I think every state has trash pickup. I think that depends on how rural you are. There are some very rural areas in every state that don't have trash pickup, but we're not quite that rural out here. I'll let you know. Yeah, South Carolina is pretty well developed. We're not quite that far out, you know what I'm saying? We have trash pickup and air conditioning and cable TV, it's internet. All right. So when I bought my house, guys, there was two rules when I bought my house for my real estate agent as far as finding the home. And there was two rules for my house when I was buying my home. I told my real estate agent I need two things, or three. There was three rules. 1 story. It has to have a side door, right? I want a side door on my house. I don't know why. It's just I like having a side door. And then the third rule was super important. I have to be able to have high-speed internet. I want to be far enough out that we're rural, but I want to still get high-speed internet. Because I've been places where you don't get high-speed internet and it's terrible. So those were my 3 rules, and we managed to hit all 3 of them. Yeah, you can get a 1-bedroom here, or a 3-bedroom here for under 300. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, garage with a half acre for under 300 here. So, full kitchen and living room, of course. What's up, Tim? That's why a lot of people move here. The housing is not necessarily cheap, but it's affordable. For the most part, it's getting expensive. So if you're trying to buy a house in South Carolina, you might want to do it sooner than later. It's just getting more expensive, in my opinion. Obviously, that's not financial advice, but I've never seen it get cheaper historically. So. We're gonna try 405. We're gonna try a 405 row. Let's get it. I forgot to mention that, by the way, guys. We're gonna try 405. Let's see if we can get 405 to move on a row. It was worth a shot. I wanted to play around with it. I forgot to mention that was my plan. We're gonna go back to 365 where we're supposed to be. I meant to mention that's what I was doing. We could do rack pulls if we want, but. Let's put 365 on here. I was picking up the plate and decided to try it, but our minimum wage is not super high. You are not correct, or you are correct, but it's not quite that low. I would say the average, I think the median income for South Carolina, individual, I don't know if it's individual or household. I think the individual median income in South Carolina is like 29,000 or something a year, 30,000 a year. That's the median per person. Household, it's like 50 or 60,000 a year is like the median household income in South Carolina. Average is going to be always a little higher, I believe. So. But here's the thing, someone making, 50 grand a year here can buy, own, and live comfortably in a home, right? So, yeah, minimum is $725 here. No one gets paid $725 here anymore that I've seen, but the lowest wage I've seen here in since COVID is like $10 an hour. That's the least I've seen someone make, and that's usually gas stations now. Even like the McDonald's and stuff are paying like a minimum of like 12 to 14 to start here. So that's about what you're gonna see as your minimum here typically. A lot of the places most places here are paying 15 plus an hour now. So. But $725 is technically the minimum wage here in South Carolina still, yes. Mind you, that's because we don't have a minimum wage in South Carolina, technically. So that's a federal standard, right? So a lot of people don't realize that the federal government sets a minimum wage standard. So. Yeah, let's see. Double, I guess. Maybe. That 405 spent a lot of energy. I shouldn't have done that. Those should have been cleaner tonight. I shouldn't have done the 405 attempt. I don't even know why I wanted to. I don't think I've hit 395 on that yet. Yeah, so here in tipped areas, like in South Carolina, the minimum is federal minimum for tips as well as like 213. But here's the thing about tipped workers. The businesses that have tipped workers are required to pay up to the minimum wage if their workers do not make at least the minimum wage after tips. So that being said, if you're doing service work, you know, if you're doing like food service or hospitality type work, and you're not hitting minimum wage, you won't last long. Most businesses will push you out. They don't want to pay you minimum wage. They want you to make it in tips. So. So here's my opinion on tips, right? Here's my opinion on tipped workers, and this is not going to be a controversial opinion. A lot of my opinions could be considered controversial, but this shouldn't be. I can't remember a single time I haven't tipped at a restaurant or on some kind of service work or something that has the option to like that makes sense to tip, right? But I refuse to base it on if I go to a restaurant and I'm there for 30 minutes, I base my tip around the amount of time I spend there and the level of service. If I have a $200 bill and I spent 20 minutes in your building, which is crazy, but if there's no reason, I don't care, you know, I don't care how expensive the food is. My tip is based on the service and the amount of time I spend there. That's how I base my tips. I don't base it on the bill. It just doesn't happen. Now, if I have 10 people, that's different, right? But I never go to places with 10 people. So. It is out of control. The people are talking about like the acceptable tip level now is like 20 or 30% minimum and 100% for good service. And I was like, you have lost your mind. You have lost your minds. Yeah, almost universally, I leave at least a $5 tip even for basic items. Now, if I'm doing like I will say this, I don't tip on to-go orders unless it's a large order. Unless it's a large order that they had to package everything, I don't tip on to-go orders. If I order a coffee and I go pick up a coffee, I'm not tipping on a coffee. But if I'm not staying there, if they're not bringing me a coffee, if they're pouring me a cup of coffee and putting it on the counter, I'm not tipping on a coffee. I'm just not. It doesn't make sense. But now, if I sit down for anything, I will tip every time. Yeah, no. Drive-throughs, I don't tip drive-throughs. No. Not, okay, I won't say I don't tip drive-throughs. It has to be exceptional service for me to tip in a drive-through, right? I don't order big amounts of stuff, though. Like, when I go get coffee, I just get black coffee. I just need you to pour it in a cup. But I do tip pretty well in places that are, like, I feel tips are deserved or needed. So I know a lot of people that do the DoorDash and the Instacart. Those guys get robbed with their wages. Mind you guys, a lot of those delivery workers that are delivering like your groceries and stuff, they're making whatever that service fee is. So they're making $3 for a 30 or 40 minute trip plus the shopping time. $3 or $4. They're making minimum wage. That would be the one time I would say tipping is super, super important, is those delivery drivers. They're delivering like home goods and foods, because that is an exceptional amount of time for the money they're making. Because the delivery fee is usually like a few dollars for them. Mind you, most of those companies take 30% off the top. So, yes, any of those delivery workers. $15 to 20% is not an automatic for me. I will like. Hold on. If I'm at a nice restaurant and I spend an hour at a nice restaurant, I'll tip 15%, 20%, if the services make sense, you know. But I usually base it on, like, if I'm there for an hour and I tip someone $40, right? I'm not even accounting for their wage, but let's say I tip someone $40, right, on a like a really, really nice meal, right? Because that's what it would end up being. You know, if you're at like a really high end restaurant, you have 2 or 3 people, you know, 20%, $30 tip, $40 tip. If I'm there for an hour, I've now decided that service is good enough to pay them by the hour, however much I'm tipping them, right? That's how I look at it. I want to make sure that they're getting compensated for their time appropriately, but I wouldn't pay myself $50 an hour to do that. So why would I pay someone else $50 an hour to do that? Does it make sense? I do it rarely, Alex. I do it rarely. Usually anniversaries and stuff. Me and the wife will go out for some nice dinner. We have kids though, so we do that very rarely. So when we do go out, we go out somewhere nice. We go out somewhere nice because we don't go out often. I will finish the Wordle. I got distracted, Bryn, by weights. I feel you, Alex. I don't eat fast food at all, and I don't eat lunch meat, so that's another problem when it comes to Subway for me. So, but we rarely go out to eat. When we do, we go somewhere nice because we only go out once every a couple of months maybe. So. $150 for 45 minutes is crazy. I've never seen someone charge that high. Not here in the US. Unless, I mean, maybe in places like California, New York, you could see that, but not here. Here, if you're doing really, really well, here as a trainer and you are good at your job, you could get up around 50 or 60 for a session. Maybe a little bit more, but not much. I'm okay, Pen. I'm okay. I think thank you for trying, but I'm okay. I promise. I am very natty. Yes. I am definitely natty. Yeah, that's a crazy amount for a 45-minute session. That's crazy. That screams to me that they can't attract enough clientele to do it honestly, in my opinion. So here's the thing I've noticed about the fitness field, right? You have 2 types of people. People that do really well and they can attract a lot of clientele because people see results, typically can charge normal rates and feel good and make a good bit of money. And then you have people that don't attract enough clients, so they rely on someone not knowing better and paying them an exorbitant amount, so they only have to attract 2 or 3 clients, 2 or 3 clients to make their wages, right? So, more expensive in the fitness world does not always mean better. Does not always mean better. I'm okay, Pen. I promise. I'm not looking for advice. Okay. Yeah, I could see that, Tim. If he orders $10, I could see tipping a $10 tip. If I had like a $5 order, but it's something that like, you know, they had to travel. Like if I ordered something and they had to deliver it to me, I might tip 100% on like, or 120% or something on that. That makes sense. It's very rare that I order something to my house though that I could pick up myself. But what's up, DJ? Oh, I'll yap as much as I want to yap. We're gonna do one more set here, guys. One more set here, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit squats. I don't mind going to the store and picking things up if I can avoid it. I don't, honestly. I go to the store for everything. But mind you guys, I eat a lot, so for me to go to the store less than once a day is a rarity. I have to go to the grocery store almost daily. Sometimes twice a day. I eat a lot. I have a lot of children, a lot of necessities that tend to disappear. So yeah, I don't know. I also don't always know exactly what I need until I'm in the store. Like I'll get in the store and I'll get a text message from my wife, hey, don't forget, bam. And then like 3 minutes later, I'll get another text message, also we need this. And then 5 minutes later, hey, we also need this. So I get it in like a series of text messages. I got distracted from the Wordle URL. I'm gonna go back to it in a minute. So. I have a tendency, Who, me, Michael? I do okay, yes, I do okay. I have a lot of children, so I have to have a good income, right? The children are expensive. I saw what you said, Jarl, and I feel like you emphasized the word. I hope that's not a hint. I don't want a hint. Don't want a hint. I put a lot of effort into my Wordles, all right? I tend to shop really well, so I will. I'm very, very strict when I shop. I get the things I know I need to get. I try not to buy too many extra things I don't absolutely have to have. Appreciate it, too. Being a parent or a dad or a parent is very fulfilling. There's no way to explain it. It's something you have to experience, in my opinion. There's no way to really explain how it's fulfilling, because it's something you don't experience until you do it. There's nothing else kind of like there's nothing else that is like that is a feeling that's comparable, right? So you won't. There's nothing else I've ever done in life that was like this is a similar feeling. Being a parent, being a dad or a mother, I imagine it's the same for mothers. it's very it's a unique feeling. There's not really a way, there's nothing to compare it to, like not that like there's nothing that's like as good. I'm sure someone could come up with something they feel amazing about, right? But it's a unique feeling. Yeah, it changes how you look at things. Your worldview is a lot different. Hey, I appreciate it, rich guy. Appreciate it. That's our first one for the push-up challenge tonight. If anybody else wants to see me do push-ups, we are running a push-up challenge. It's in the pinned comment. It's like 3-to-1 push-ups. 3-to-1 push-ups. So, if y'all want to see me suffer, you know how to do it. You know how to do it. Yeah. Chicken is a good, inexpensive option, yes. You know what a lot of people sleep on? You know what a lot of people sleep on that they don't realize is such a solid option? Ground lean chicken, lean ground chicken. I implement that often. Yeah, it's a different feeling. It is different. There's nothing else like it. Nothing else like it, Reason. Steak is delicious. But ground chicken is a solid, inexpensive item. I can get a pound of ground chicken for like $2 here, and 92% lean. It's a solid option. For $2, I can get a pound of good quality ground chicken. Fish is expensive. Well, I guess it depends on the fish. You could get some cheap fish, but you get what you pay for with seafood. So. All right, 135. Let's get warmed up, guys. Yep. Catch some airtime on the squats. Why not? Tilapia, I'm not a huge fan. No. Why are you getting roasted? Who's getting roasted? I was very well braced. I was very well braced for all of those reps. Ground turkey is a solid option, yes. Ground turkey is a solid option. Turkey is delicious, yes. Turkey is delicious. I just realized I have top messages on. I'm probably missing stuff. All right. Never had a turkey heart, rich guy. I've never seen anybody sell them either, unless you're buying whole turkeys. And then if you're buying it just for that, that's a little concerning, I'm gonna be honest. Turkey is very, very inexpensive. It's gotten more expensive though. Ever since beef went up, everybody's buying turkey and now it's going up. I need them to go back to beef. I love ground turkey. Love ground turkey. Fish, I'm good. I don't need your advice. I promise. I promise. just fashion. That's what it is. Fish, you can keep hating. That's all right. You keep hating, I'll keep winning. All right. We both have our roles to play. So my issue. What's up? What's up? Hey, Xander. Long time no see. How you been? How you been, Xander? I feel like I ain't seen you in a while. What was I gonna say? I lost track. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna keep winning. You keep hating. You keep hating, boss. We got our role to play, don't we? Rotisserie chickens. That's what I was gonna talk about, right? Rotisserie chickens. I used to eat a whole chicken before every workout. That was my go-to. So I used to have a whole chicken and a cup of milk before every workout. Rotisserie, like the $5 rotisseries. My problem with the $5 rotisseries is the fact that they put them in plastic bags now. And I don't want a bunch of melted plastic on my chicken. That's my issue. They're delicious and cheap though. In a pinch, I would still probably buy one, but it's the plastic bag that gets me. When they were doing them in the plastic containers, it was a little bit more passable, but yeah. I appreciate it, Xander. Whey protein is a solid choice. A lot of people don't do whey protein because of the cost of the jar seems expensive, but you're getting 20 to 30 servings. So you're getting a full serving of protein for $2 to $3. There's nothing else that you're going to get that level of quality protein for that cost. You're just eating powdered cheese. It is food. It is the cheapest way to get clean, good, complete protein. When you're buying it powdered. If you're buying pre-mixed shakes, obviously you're going to spend a little more. But yeah. No problem, mate. That's about average. Alex. Optimum's a good brand. The best thing I would say to do is go to like your local vitamin shop or your local GNC or whatever your preferred supplement store is. And they almost always have some brand of protein that has that is not selling very well. That's usually pretty new. Usually decent protein. It's just nobody knows the name of the brand, so they don't get purchased. And they're usually on like some kind of clearance rack. I usually buy clearance protein when they get clean protein. Like there's one that recently went on sale. It was super clean protein, super high quality protein, but no one really knows the brand. And they were selling it like 75% off. And there was like 2 containers. So I could get, $20 to get me 2 months worth of really super clean whey protein. And there's always one protein on that rack at every supplement store. There's always a clearance protein. That's what I usually look for. Always a late lift for me. The people at my vitamin shop are super nice. Also, I'm there a lot, so Muscle Milk is a whey protein, or it should be. I don't know if they changed that. GNC, I feel like, is always a little bit more expensive. Vitamin Shop, if you have one, is usually a little bit better price-wise. I also have a business account through Vitamin Shop, so I get like a 20% discount on everything, which is super nice. So I'm okay, Fish. I promise I'm doing just fine. You keep doing you and I'll keep doing me and we're both going to be great. Okay? Well, I will be. I don't know what your day-to-day is like, but I'm going to be great. I hope you'll be great as well. Tea bags do have microplastics they leak. Yeah, so tea bags are made of plastic. And also the way they seal the tea bags, a lot of them, some of them have the staple, but they also have a little bit of glue in that fold, and that glue can also leach into the into the tea. I learned that a while back, and the only solve for that is to do loose leaf tea in like a metal tea infuser, and that's what I ended up doing when I was drinking tea. So it's 315 Xander, nothing super heavy yet. But I got like a little $10 like stainless steel tea infuser, and then I bought loose leaf tea. You could also just, and if you have tea bags that you already have a bunch purchased, you can always just tear them open and put them in the little infuser. But that's how I started making tea. I don't drink tea often, but when I do, that's how I do it. Now those infusers can be a pain to wash, is the only thing, but you'll avoid the plastics. That's a you know. Fish seems like he wants to be a troll, and he's learning. He's a new troll. He's in like the Troll Academy, and they sent him here to see how he does. They sent you to the wrong stream, Fish. They sent you to the wrong stream. You're gonna have to try harder to troll our stream, Fish. We built different around here. He's making an attempt, but he's not even good at it. Like we have Rich Guy here to handle our trolling for us, all right? Rich Guy is practiced, all right? He is a practiced troll, all right? He has his own furnished room in the gulag. Well, you're bad at it, Fish. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm doing well, Fish, I promise. Crazy work. See, what Fish is attempting to do is he wants to get a rise out of me. You're gonna have to try harder, Fish. You're gonna have to try harder. I respond to trolls, but you're gonna have to at least make it fun, right? Yeah. 7 reps. We're not doing set to 7 tonight. He's not a good troll. He's not. That's just 315. Just 315. This is our third squat session of the week. We're gonna go back to 225 and do a set of 7. My squat is slightly heavier than my bench. I'm doing okay though, Fish. I'm doing okay. This isn't the heaviest squat I've ever done, I promise. We actually squatted heavier than this yesterday. And my bench is heavy. I will admit, my bench is very good. I have a very good bench. I appreciate the compliment on my bench, Fish. It's usually the same person on new accounts, yeah. It's usually how it goes, Alex. It's usually how it goes. But to be fair, we've kept most of them out the last couple days. And see, that's not quite how that works, Fish. It's not quite how it works. In fact, there's a reason There's a reason why people specialize in bench, because that's not necessarily true. In fact, you tend to suffer on other lifts when it comes to heavy lifting when you don't specialize. So if you're doing just bench, you can focus all of your priority and your resources on increasing the muscles that help you bench. Whereas when you're doing deadlift, bench and squat, or bench and squat, or bench and deadlift, you have to then allocate resources from your calories and your nutrients to those other groups to help them increase. So if you're doing all three or two of the three lifts instead of just a single and specializing, you tend to see slower results. Yeah, squats do build legs, glutes, core. It's a great lift. I believe you, rich guy. So the crazy part about this, right, Fish, if you're using that much leg drive for your bench, Fish, you're already failing at your bench. Larson press is the way to go, boss. So if your glutes leave the bench, which is usually how people that overly focus on their leg drive tend to do it. I have probably called you boss at least once, Mark. So the crazy part about all this, Fish, is you don't. I can out bench Anatoly. Yes, I have a heavier bench than Anatoly. He definitely has me on the squat though. I don't lack leg drive, Fish. I want my bench to be, a bench press and not a hip thrust. So, and not a hip thrust. I don't like burpees. That's my thoughts. Do I regret going full power? No. It definitely makes your bench move a little slower. Not specializing. Yeah, they are full squats. I'm very aware I'm doing good squats. He just wants to be a hater. I'm not even doing a short depth tonight, so that's how I know. He just wants to be a hater. Rich guy, we've learned to we've adapted to your presence, right? We've adapted to your presence in the stream. Fish dip. Fish dip is the hater. Yeah, he just wants attention. No, I don't own this gym. I'm stronger than you, Fish, so I don't know if I'm looking for your help at the moment. You're welcome to hang out in the chat, though. No, I'm natural, Pittsburgh. No, I'm not open to learning new things, Fish. That's it right there. That's definitely it. I am a trainer. I'm a professional strength trainer, Fish. I compete actively, actually, as well. I'm an active power lifter with a sponsor. It's crazy. It's like I know what I'm doing. It's only been two and a half hours. Yeah, that's all the milk. for the night. Well, that I'll have more when I get home. Have I ever trained neck? Not specifically, no. Lift. I lift for fun. I lift for fun. We're gonna do a physique showing here in a second. Mind you guys, with the physique showing though, I have a full belly of whole milk, so you gotta give me some slack. I always have a laptop. It's just usually not on screen. It's just usually not on screen. I'm so close to this Wordle, by the way. I'm working on the Wordle. Bench trains. All right, let's see. All right, we're about to do our physique showing. I appreciate it, Tube. I don't focus on physique, Fish. You are correct. You guys want to know the crazy part about his last comment? You guys ready for this? What's up, Mark? Yeah, I've heard of Quinn Stott, yeah. Stott. I'm pretty sure it has a T in it. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, Fish, the crazy part about Fish's last comment that I don't focus on physique. Now, that seems like an innocent enough comment, right? It's like, oh, it's like he's just commenting on the fact that Chris does powerlifting. But what that shows is that Fish is definitely been here before. So he is someone on a new account coming back to troll. So this is either a new account or someone that's trolled in the past and got banned and got unbanned, which is rare. So this is definitely a repeat offender because I haven't talked about physique at all tonight, 0%. Not a single word about physique all night. That means he's been here before when we talked about physique, which has at least been a week. So we haven't had that conversation in a while. So he is just a repeat troll. He just outed himself as someone that's been here a few times at minimum. So it's probably RPE. Probably RPE. Yeah, and we didn't want your opinion then either, Fish. Fish, what's your bench? Yeah, Alex. What's your bench, Fish? Is it over 135? That's the question. Is it over 135? We're gonna do a handful of pull-ups. We're gonna do pull-ups to make them harder tonight since we did get a super chat. We only got one super chat tonight. A little bit. We did get some support from Bryn as well with the gifts, but we got one super chat and 3 push-ups is too easy, so we're gonna do a few pull-ups to make it fun. If you're in this, yeah, there you go. Okay, Fish, you still haven't answered the bench question. It's crazy how you ask people questions. I squatted live already, Fish, and I asked you what your bench is, and you want to just ignore it. So I have receipts for everything I do, Fish. That's the crazy part. You can see everything I do. I record it. It's live. Nothing is held back. My failures, my accomplishments, they're all available for the world to judge. You, on the other hand, want to come in and judge with nothing to back up any of anything. That's adorable. It's adorable, Fish. $2.95. But 295 is still a warm up.
All right, we're gonna hit some pull-ups real quick. Fish, you came to the wrong place, boss. Also, you do need receipts for everything, but even if I took your word for it at $295, that's still the warm-up. So. All right, rich guy, calm it down. None of that, boss. Let's not do that. I'm gonna remove that message. Let's not do that. So I'm a bench specialist, Fish. Welcome to powerlifting. You know who else's bench is super close, if not more than their squat? Every other bench specialist for powerlifting, including Julius Maddox. It's crazy how that works. My bench is also close to your squat and deadlift. How do you feel about that? All right, quick physique. We're still bulking, guys. We still have the abs, of course. Pectorals good and round right now. Shoulders are looking solid. Everything's still growing, getting larger. So yeah, it's crazy because my bench is also close to Fish's squat. So that's like my bench is close grip, so it's questionable. What do you mean questionable? Close grip is typically more difficult than a wide grip. What do you mean, Fish? Close grip is known to be more difficult. Widening up the grip reduces range of motion by a significant margin. Well, I've done mine in competition though, Fish. That's the difference. I've done it live. My PRs were done live, Fish. My PRs have been done live at multiple gyms. So on a routine basis. I don't think he lifts. So yes, I definitely feel stronger when I bulk. I'm doing a lean bulk though, so we're not going to see like a significant jump in weight. But we do a lean bulk. So it smells fishy in here. All right, let's grab this. See, the difference is I have muscle mass, Fish. That's why I'm able to bench heavy numbers. My shoulders are bigger than your chest, most likely. I'm gonna be honest. Fish, you're not doing it. You're not a good troll. I'm trying to play into it as much as I can, Fish. You're not good at this. Like I can't even conversate with you. It's hard when you're this bad at trolling. See, now you messed up, Fish. I'm one thing. You're gonna talk to me all night. Here's your you're gonna go on a timeout, Fish. That's a 60-second timeout, Fish. When you get back, I want you to think about what you've done. I want you to think about what you've done, Fish, and I want you to come back and I want you to apologize. I want you to apologize to Alex for being rude. You don't have to apologize to me. I'm used to it. All right? You can come out of the corner in 60 seconds. All right?
We never hit the. You guys never helped me get the light goal for the puppy. I'm sorry. I tried. I really did. I wanted the puppy. Put him in the bum. I doubt he'll be back. If he stays for 60 seconds to troll some more, I will be dumbfounded. I don't expect him to stay. That's a self-respect thing. You have to leave, right? You can't. That's a self-respect thing. You have to leave. What is on my elbow? Oh, it's just a shadow. I was like, what is on my elbow? Definitely RPE. I tried. I wanted the dog. Mark, you guys know I wanted it. We didn't hit the light goal. The wife doesn't want another pet unless it's chickens. We are going to get some chickens though. I'm getting 4 more chickens. We did. You guys made an active attempt. I didn't come up. You guys, look, my wife is in the Discord. You guys can at her and say, hey, we need the puppy and negotiate the light goal. All right. I tried. Oh, look, fish stayed. I'm natural fish, but that's cool though. Are you ready to apologize, fish? You need to apologize to Alex. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, that's how it happens, right? Time's up. Boom. Just like that, fish. Fish is now permanently banned. It's crazy how that works. Bye, fish. Have a good life. Wish you the best. Wish you the best, fish. Work on that bench. You might want to try close grip. It's how it goes, isn't it? Always a YouTube troll that doesn't lift. And they've always got the most to say. Right? It's crazy. It's always the guys that don't lift that have the most to say. But it has been a longer stream tonight, guys. We had a fun time. But that is it. That is it for the stream. Troll University respawn. That's great. But that is the stream for the night. We're closing in on 2 hours and 50 minutes almost. That is a longer than normal workout. I'm glad I can inspire, Malcolm. I'm glad I can inspire. Inspire, not expire. I want to expire. Inspire. But quick recap on what I did. We did bench, curls, shoulder press, dumbbell shoulder, or bench, easy bar curls, dumbbell shoulder press, barbell rows, rope tricep extensions, deadlift, and squat. And then some pull-ups to finish off. So, but all right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. I am going to try and get an earlier workout in at some point this week. I don't know what day it's going to be. It just depends. So, but I appreciate y'all being here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I appreciate all the support as always.